Hi, I'm Tima Bansal. I'm a Canada Research Chair in Business Sustainability at the Ivey Business School at Western University in London, Canada. When we talk about increasing productivity, we need innovation. Yet when we talk about innovation, we often think about the big tech, robotics, AI, digital platforms. But let's be honest, Canada cannot compete head to head with the US, China, or South Korea on big tech. These are countries with huge markets, deep capital pools, and a cultural appetite for risk. They're playing a different game, one that runs on billions of dollars and massive scale. Big tech solves some of the world's biggest problems, there's no question, but it's the very scale that creates new ones. And we can think about the energy consumed by AI data centers or algorithms that are shaping our lives and political views, and often invisibly. So I believe Canada's greatest opportunity isn't to join the big tech race, but to redefine it. We need to weave together the social and natural sciences so that our innovations serve people rather than govern them. That's a message that Ted Hewitt said at the outset. I want to make 2 points today. The first is that social sciences are essential to realizing the positive potential of technology. And the second is that this integration between the social and the technical is Canada's sweet spot on the world stage. So let me tackle the first point. We already have the technologies to tackle big social and environmental challenges. We can capture carbon, we can store renewable energy, we can design circular supply chains. The problem isn't invention, as Ted said, it's implementation. What holds us back is social acceptance, it's incentives, it's public policy, it's pricing. These aren't technological issues, they're human. Fundamentally, they're behavioral, institutional, and political. The hardest part of innovation isn't creating new things, it's getting people and systems to change the old. So my second point is that Canada's weaknesses can actually be our strengths. We have a small and very dispersed market and over a large geography. We're relatively risk averse, and we don't have the same deep venture capital pools venture capital pools as other countries. But what we do have are highly educated citizens, remarkable diversity and pluralism in a world that's increasingly polarized, and strong public research institutions, including SSHRC, one of today's sponsors. These are enormous assets, and they give us a unique competitive advantage that we need to leverage. We shouldn't aspire to scaling up and out like Silicon Valley or Shenzhen. We need to stop thinking about unicorns and billion-dollar valuations. Instead, we can scale deep, building place-based innovations that grow from local collaboration, become embedded in context, and spread through our networks of learning and trust. So I'm going to give you an example. I was at an event at the University of Guelph where we brought together farmers, entrepreneurs, and researchers to talk about soil health. During a coffee break, a farmer mentioned a problem he was facing. He had too much grass, and it required spraying herbicide. A researcher sitting at the same table offered to write an algorithm that could analyze his photographs and identify exactly how much herbicide was needed and where. That small conversation sparked a collaboration with immediate impact. And it was a collaboration that could be scaled up by moving from farm to farm. It wasn't a billion-dollar breakthrough, but it was small, scalable, place-based, and it would improve productivity and sustainability. That's the kind of innovation Canada can lead, grounded in relationships, solving real problems, and adaptable to context. So how do we do this systemically? First, we need to co-design technologies from the ground up. Engineers need to sit beside sociologists, anthropologists, and even management researchers together, not in separate buildings. Second, we need financing that supports growth, not just ideas. We need patient capital, funding that bridges the valley of death between prototype and commercialization. Canada's global innovations clusters are a good start, but we need more long-term blended finance that combines public purpose with private risk. Third, we need to value place-based innovation. Instead of always looking outward to Silicon Valley for validation, we should celebrate what works here. Indigenous-led clean energy microgrids in northern communities, biofuel plants in Quebec, turning waste into value, agri-tech startups in the prairies, tailoring tools to local soils and crops. These are Canada's quiet revolutions, deeply rooted and yet quietly transformative. In conclusion, if we want innovation and productivity in Canada, we need social sciences to gird technology. The real battleground is social, in adoption, in institutions, in norms, and incentives. It encourages deep scaling, not to move fast and break things. It helps to ensure that technology serves society and that Canada finds its own unique way to productivity. Thank you.